Alrighty, we are here and we have a new battlefield that dropped earlier this morning. I'm just getting around to doing this here at the Daily Reset. Happy Dokkan Day to JP players and global players later on today. But we are going to be going over the newest version of Ultimate Clash. That this appears to be a normal one and not a special one for the Transcendent Dokkan campaign. So things are going to be operating under the normal schedule. So that means that we have to set up our teams the way that we normally would on the normal 112 format. So what we'll do is we'll just reset these entirely. It's usually what we can do. Now, that's the auto selection. I always forget how to do this because I don't want to get started. But what we could do, here we go. That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and make some teams very quickly, and I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so a little bit later, we have our teams built. Now, if you just want a list of the teams that I'm going to be using specifically in this video, we are going to be using the Ginyu Force, Team Bardock, Tournament of Power, Majin Buu Saga, Universe 6, Movie Bosses, Super Bosses, GT Bosses, and Fused Fighters. Now, you could run any variation of those specific teams. You could run a Pure Saiyan setup. You could run a Superheroes team. You could run a Super Bosses team. There are a whole lots of ways that you could run specific characters in this game right now, but those are going to be the ones that I need. I think 10 teams will be enough here. Battlefield has definitely evolved over time, and in my opinion, what used to be the meta of like running type advantage and stuff like that isn't as prevalent as it was a bit ago, in my opinion. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the Devilman fight. So, in my opinion, the first thing that you should be doing is running your free-to-play teams first. Now, I'm going to be running the Ginyu Force, but this is definitely more of a summonable version of this setup. Really, this is just an excuse for me to use this guy because I just bought him with Memorial Dragonstones today. So that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be running this setup just like this. And I want to just go ahead and take a look at this Ginyu Force character. Now, with that being said, that means they're going to be on slot 7, and I'm not going to get to see them. But sometimes we get lucky. So this is actually a decent setup here. What we're going to be able to do with Goldo is debuff the hell out of Devilman. So it's like, you know, Devilman is going to hit very hard, but with Goldo's setup, we should at the very least get a seal, potentially a stun, and a debuff as well. So the Ginyu Force there, 7.8 million. I was kind of expecting more, but they aren't fully link leveled yet. They don't have EX equips or anything like that. I haven't really had a ton of time to work on them. It's been a busy 12 hours on Dokkan, right? Ever since the banners dropped. So just haven't had time for that. We're just going ahead and getting done with some of the other things that we need to do first. And eventually I'll get to link leveling them, right? The Dokkan Day event is out, so we'll probably burn some stones on that. It'll be a fun time, right? Fun times will be had by all. That's what I'm thinking. But there you guys go. Goldo got the quick debuff on him, and Devilman is now at half HP. And with the AGL Ginyu here, he should be able to clean up, and Raccoon and Goldo are also going to be able to debuff Devilman again. So there really is no way for you to take damage in this specific spot. This Goldo is very... Wow. But this Goldo is... did that say 18 million? That's a lot, dude. Okay. But AGL Ginyu, okay, making easy work of that. Keep in mind, unfortunately, this is not a special battlefield for TDC. This is just a normal battlefield. But I think at this point, especially if your account is a little bit progressed and you have a few teams, you should at least take a stab at it and see how far you can go. If you can't clear it, that's okay, right? You don't always need to be able to get done every little piece of content. This is technically not part of the Transcendent Dokkan campaign, like exclusive content. So keep that in mind, that like this is not designed to be like the main asset or like main way for players to get Dragonstones and stuff like that. So it sucks that it's not a special one, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, this is going to be a decent setup here for Team Bardock. We're fighting Kato Plessa, I think is how you say it, aka Toon Rami. I should have probably put Fasha in slot 1 because she's going to be pretty good defensively now with her EZA, and this is definitely her setup, but Bardock went ahead and dodged it for us. Anyway, then the Team Bardock character is going to be able to provide us with a debuff as well. I didn't see what debuffs this character was immune to. It don't matter. So that was a very easy sort of run there. Now we can go ahead and get into the fun. Using some of these different teams that I have designed, just trying to get inclusion in for a bunch of different characters that you may not see me using all the time, because this channel isn't really all that much about gameplay. But the thing is, guys, I love playing Dokkan. So anytime that I get an opportunity to, you know, use some of these characters that I don't get to show on camera very often, I'm always going to take it. All right, so next up on the list, we have Yamcha. So we're going to go ahead and use the Tournament of Power team. Now, specifically, the way I set this up was Jiren, Evolution Blue, Goku and Frieza, AGL UI in Evolution Blue Vegeta, Tech UI, and then Goku and Hit. We'll be using these characters later at the bottom for the Universe 6 setup, but this team should be more than enough for a level 2 Battlefield boss. He is a level 2 hustler. He's not a level 99 boss just yet. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll put Jiren slot 1. Then Tech UI doesn't need any orbs, so we can grab this physical one right here. And then Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to have his 7 orbs. He's going to be good to go. And this should be a fairly easy one turn for the fellas here. Again, any opportunity to use Jorin, right? Jiren, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to take advantage of that because Jiren's one of my favorites. I love that Jiren LR. It's a shame that I didn't get to use him at his prime, but that's okay. It is what it is. But this is a... The way that this goes usually is like you get through it all fine and dandy, and then you get to like the 3rd level and it's like, whoa, they start hitting really hard. So we shall see, but right now we're cruising. We are in cruise control, going 45 in the 60. Not very fast. But let's go ahead and use Majin Buu Saga in here. I'm just really going in order of the way that I built them. So Buu Saga is this 5th category right here, and this is the setup that we are rocking. The only character we are not bringing here is Tech Vegito for obvious reasons. So Buu Saga, Buu Saga, Buu Saga, Buu Saga, Buu Saga, Buu Saga, boom, boom, bam. There we go, right? There's going to be a decent setup here, and got some Rainbow LRs. We just recently rainbowed the Family Kamehameha character. Not because I wanted to, but because I pulled them quite a bit on the G4 banner. So we're going to take advantage of the fact that they are rainbowed now. And I'm going to grab these orbs with Angel Vegeta. So that way, that was kind of a misplay. It happens. Family Kamehameha should be all right here. Yeah, 7 million. They build up, though. It's like they start off a little slow and then they ramp up like really fast. That's what's really fun about this character. Like they don't hit very hard and then it's just like, whoa. Like that additional is like 4 million more than the 18 key, which is usually not how the game operates, right? Where like the 12 key is doing more than the 18 key. Hello. All right, see you later. Hope you have a good night, Goten. Oh my god. All right, who's next? We got Grand Kai. Not Grand Kai. Who is that? That's one of the Supreme Kais that Buu absorbs. That's why he becomes Fat Buu. So U6 is the next team we are going to be running, and this is the setup that we have here. Kale and Khalifa lead, Hit lead, and something like this. Let me just double check this for Hit. Universe 6, yeah, he's going to be definitely the lead that we want to run. 700,000 HP on these bad boys, not bad. My chord's being funny. You'd think I have a good chord, but this chord is just not good, man. Not these days. Come on back for me. Thank you. Okay. So now we'll grab these orbs to get the 24 key with you. Yeah, let's go ahead and link Kaba up right here and then grab these orbs because the Kaba has summonable character links and also is just like a Super Saiyan. So just going to link a little bit better with Kale and Khalifa here. Go ahead and dodge that for me. Thank you, Khalifa. Appreciate that. And she should do some like okay damage here. 11 million right off the bat is not bad. She's at 55%. Nothing bad whatsoever. Is this going to be enough to take care of him in one turn? Probably not. We might get to see Hit in action, which is kind of fun. Really cool character. Hopefully you guys, if you summon on the TDC banner, hopefully you pulled a copy of him. And I hope your summons also went well. That is not... Oh, never mind. Yeah, we're not going to get to see Hit. Okay. We are moving, ladies and gentlemen. We are 9 minutes into this recording, and we are up to level 3. Now, how long is level 3 going to take? I don't know. We shall see. We got 5 fights to do now, usually spanning from 1 to 2 turns. That's just how Battlefield operates. And we got some extra Dragon Stones, so that's what we love to see. Now, let's go ahead and start with level 3. Again, I talked about the teams that I used earlier. We are going to be using movie bosses for this team, for this Bardock fight. Again, I didn't like handpick these teams for specific fights. I'm kind of just cruising here. But movie bosses, what we are going to be running is the brand new Gogeta and Frieza LR, which is not going to be mandatory. We are going to run Tech Broly. We are going to bring Int Broly. We are going to bring these 3 as well. So we're going to be saving the Broly trio and AGL Broly in case we need them. I don't think I set... no, we will be using them. I'm just making sure. But this is going to be the setup we're rocking, using the new Frieza. Hopefully we get him turn 1. We get his taunt, and we absolutely torch this Bardock. That's the plan. We did get Frieza turn 1. he is link leveled. He has his EX orbs. He is ready to go. We're going to have the Not That Day Village domain as well. So we'll put you in slot 2, maximize your links, do this attack, grab these right here, do the taunt with Frieza, put him slot 3, get as many attacks as possible in, and move on with our day. That is the plan. So this is going to be really good too because of all of the hits that our boy Bardock has given us in slot 2. So if we go ahead and do this, there's one thing that could potentially mess this up, and that is, I don't even really want to say it because then he's going to do it. I don't remember if this I meant to go to the right there. It's okay. We're really just focusing on Frieza here. Hopefully, this Bardock doesn't stun on Super, because that would be a minor inconvenience. If he were to stun on this Super, that would be bad. Okay, 760. Or 7.6 million, excuse me. Yeah, all right, Turles 15 mil, not bad. Again, all of these hits for Frieza is going to go be like owie wowie, right? Like, what do we got? Boom. That's not that crazy damage, honestly. You can see where the HP kind of inflates a bit, where like a 15 million crit probably would have taken out one of the other bosses from before. All right, don't stun. Thank you. I was going to say, can we please just buff this Frieza to his max? Not his max, but as high as I can get him. All right, so what are we looking at here? 67 million. Okay, that might deal with, this might deal with Bardock here. Yeah, one more? Perfect. 43. Yeah, okay. So that does make life a little bit easier, but you definitely don't need this character to get this stage done. Like, he wasn't hitting very hard, but that's cool. We got to see him dominate. We can say that, right? Golden Frieza dominates the new battlefield. That is what we like to see. Okay, next up, we're going to be using super bosses. This is where Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu exchange is going to really be able to thrive because of their typing. So, for super bosses, we are going to do this. We're going to grab this lead right here, and then we're just going to bring the rest of the squad like this. This is going to give us a lot of access to big bad bosses. This is going to give us access to guaranteed slot 1 dodging if the orbs go our way, extra support. Like, this is a decent setup that we have here. Now, the situation here isn't great in terms of the rotation, but I think Broly can hold it down slot 1 just for this turn. As long as that's not a super in slot 1, we should be good. I would prefer to have Tech, Zamasu, and Rose on this rotation here. This might be where we lose a team, unfortunately. We'll see how much this does to Broly. It's not too bad. It's a lot, but it's not too bad. Especially next turn, because we're going to have Rose and Zamasu, and we're going to have some other stuff going. Like, that wasn't too bad. Especially these days when supers are hitting for like 11 million. It's like, you see 460k, and you're like, okay, that's not horrible. The game has evolved, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a crazy time. We really are. I also realized it's a good thing I built an extra team, because we're going to need one. I built a superheroes team, so you guys are going to get to see that a little bit. Okay, 28 million there from Zamasu. Not bad. He just needs to crit. If he crits, this will do damage. If he doesn't, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, it's good damage. 26 mil. Perfect. Then hopefully that'll be enough for Rose and Zamasu to clean up. Or just Rose, Goku Black in this case. Nice. Triple super, all above like 19 million. Not bad whatsoever, gamers. Not bad whatsoever. Yep, 18 million there. Cool. All right, free to play. 20 million from you. Cool. Is this going to be enough to just win the fight because of type advantage? Yeah. We're just one-turning these bosses. That's pretty crazy. All right, see ya. Nice. Okay, so we actually do need to use one of the other teams I made. It's a good thing I did. Let's go to superheroes for the Universe 6 Namekians. We have how many teams left? Like 3 teams left. So what I want to do is go to superhero, and we are going to bring all of the characters. So you, well, you would actually be a better lead. You, and you. So superheroes, this team should be fine, especially if we get Beast right away or Trunks and Vegeta. We have slot 1s to hold it down here for us, and we should be good to go. And we ended up getting Beast Gohan, a slot 1. And we don't even need the slot 1 hit, but we'll take it anyway. We will do this. They are going to be wasting that heal, which is exactly what we are looking for. We'll grab these orbs to get the 18 key with you. Then he'll also potentially be able to build up soon. Look at that Gogeta battle motion, man. That's so cool. And then next turn, we have Trunks and Vegeta with Vegito, so that'll work out. And because we have Orange Piccolo here, we do get an active skill. or an action break, excuse me, because of the unit super attack. No hits in slot 1 sucks because Beast isn't going to be able to build up at all, but we're also going to get that extra key support from Beast Gohan, and this should make things pretty easy for us. Okay, nice. Then we have 4.9 from Piccolo. Ugh. I don't know how I haven't rainbowed this guy yet. I think he's at 90% or 89%, whatever node I decided to go with. Okay, not the worst damage I've ever seen. And now we just need our boy Gogeta, who is not on limited time buffs, the same thing with Tech Vegito, just to hold it down here and dodge these attacks in slot 3, and then we are good to go. Yeah, that's some really good damage there from Gogeta. This is definitely going to be a Trunks and Vegeta sort of setup here for us. Nice. One more. All right, big dodge. There you go. Perfect. Big dodge. I'm willing to risk this right here with Vegito, I think. Just because I want to buff Trunks and Vegeta as much as possible. So that way we're doing like respectable damage and actually being able to move on. Yeah, that heals bad. Just because it's going to be really hard to net positive, especially on a turn like that where, you know, we weren't able to build up Beast Gohan very much whatsoever. We'll link him up with Physical Ultimate Gohan on the next turn, and he does have his taunt. We'll probably just use that so that way we can build him up as much as possible. Then that'll just work out fine and dandy for us. And then it'll be turn 4, so we'll have the guaranteed dodge with the blue fusions as well. So that'll also be a nice setup for us. So this is going to be a run that takes a little bit, unfortunately. But Trunks and Vegeta are also they did a pretty good job there. Like, they were able to negate the heal to an extent, right? It wasn't, like, completely, but it was good enough. So what we're looking for is a slot 3 super against the Gammas, because the Gammas aren't going to take any damage from that. That is what we are looking for, chat. That is what we are after. All right, 3.7. Cool. We'll take this. It's chip damage, but, you know, a little bit goes a long way. It'll add up. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, 7.3. This is one of my favorite LRs in the game. I hate that they're not, like, that good anymore. They have one of my favorite, like, animated LR arts ever. Like, where it's, like, the super, like, the actual, like, comic book effects and stuff like that. It's so cool, dude. Like, that's what this game's all about. All right, boom, good damage. Yeah, so this turn we're doing really good damage, but they're going to heal a lot of this back. So maybe what I should do is put Beast Gohan in, like, slot 3 or slot 2, and then do the taunt and try and maximize the amount of hits he can take. I think that's the play. Gamma's putting in some good work here, though, huh? Big boy damage. We'll take that all day. All right, go ahead and super. No. Okay. Ooh, yeah, really bad placement here for the supers. Okay, so let's do this, right? We'll put you in slot 2. And then we're going to do the Makanko Sapo, get an action break. That might take away their heal. No, I think that's the third action there. Okay, and then we'll just do something like this. Grab these with you. This isn't a great situation here. And I also don't feel like doing the Orange Piccolo. I really don't. Yeah, Beast Gohan didn't even take a hit, so he can't taunt. That's unfortunate. All right, good job, Gohan. Just get some damage in for us. We'll take this all day. No doubt about it. Boom. All right, Gohan. That's actually a pretty impressive turn there, all things considered. We'll take that. And he stunned him? Nice. Look at Ultimate Gohan. With a clutch save of the day, saving us a little bit of time. That's what you like to see, man. Let's go, dude. 2 action breaks on a turn and a stun. Later. And we get the peak KO screen. You don't see this one very often anymore. Nice. Because you're just not running Piccolos with Gohan these days. All right. So now we have that set up, and we need to fight Gohan and Piccolo. So, let's run GT bosses. For this setup, I think I'm going to run the Omega team here. And then we want to run Physical Omega, AGL Omega as the other leader, lots of Omega Shenrons here. And we're actually going to be able to have some fun and bring this baby T-War because they are not banned in here. So we're going to be able to run a bit of a different setup, right? This character you're not usually allowed to run on GT bosses. And in this case, we're going to be able to do that. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we did not get the domain for Physical Omega, but that's all right. This guy also, unfortunately, locks. But Texan Shenron's going to get his orbs. Everybody's all set, right? This is a very good opening rotation. I do believe that the super for this Gohan and Piccolo character is a blast. So if it does land on Nova Shenron, he should be able to nullify it, I believe. And we're also going to get an action break with Sin here because of all the orbs that we got. So this is going to be a pretty good setup for us right here. Boom, action break. Yeah, we're doing a lot of damage. Like, this GT Boss's team ain't a joke, man. It's crazy. Woo! All right. Can't take a hit if they're dead, right? Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, the GT Boss's team ain't a joke. Maybe I should have used this in level 3 or for the final boss, huh? But there we go. We are on to the final boss. And I saved the fan favorite team for the end, the Fused Fighter setup. And we are now going to be taking on Mr. Trunks. I already forgot who the boss was. But if we go into here with Fused Fighters, you guys can see this is the setup that we are going to be rocking. Something like this. Let's go ahead and get started. 910,000 HP. Is that a lot? All right, who do we got? Slot 1, we got the exact setup that we are looking for to an extent. We're going to float you off, so that way we could potentially get you set up with G4 in the future. We are going to grab this orb with Tech Vegito right here, and then we will grab these to get the 24 key with the type advantage on you. Goku and Vegeta should be able to just dodge their way through this. Yeah, go ahead and dodge this for me, big dog. Please and thank you. There we go. That's threat number 1 out of the way. Goku, the Tech Vegito is going to be able to get their super with the damage reduction. And it wouldn't shock me if the tag 4 or the... I'm just so used to like saying tag, but like Goku and Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4s, if they just absolutely rip through this guy, I wouldn't be shocked. Now, if we had G4 on this rotation and we had like Saiyan Roar and all those and the GT Link, we'd be in a good spot. But unfortunately, we do not. But that's all right. It's not like the end of the world or anything like that. Okay, 12 million. Not awful. Especially considering the damage reduction that we are going to have as the second attacker in the turn. That's going to put us in a pretty good spot. And then the 4s should be able to clean up a lot of HP off of this Trunks. I think this is going to go 2 turns, unfortunately, but not too bad whatsoever at all. And then I think G4 can counter this super, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and you're dodging. Cool. Nice. All right, so what do you got for me, 4s? 14 million is just okay. That's nothing crazy. I don't think that's going to be enough to take him out in 1 turn, unfortunately. I probably should have used GT bosses on this for this fight. I think that team just hits harder right away, but that's all right. That is okay. All right, show me something. Boom. 8.8. We're going to get the 4 supers in right here because we're at the 24 key, and they are going to be looking fine and dandy, folks. That is what we are looking for. Easy peasy. 9.7 additional supers right there. And then Super Saiyan 4 Chad Jita should be able to clean up, and then we should be good to go. I'll show the rewards, and we can be up on out of here. All right, 10 million. Go ahead and give me 1 more. And a crit. We'll take that all day. Trunks can also dodge. I guess that's something to keep in mind. 537. Yeah, so this is the better rotation. Set you up like this. Grab these orbs right here. Then grab these ones right here, and we should be good to go. If you want to go ahead and super, that's fine. This is actually going to hit, though. Hopefully it's not for too much. G4, you have guard, you have your damage reduction. We should be okay right here. Yeah. Not hitting hard whatsoever. Is this a special battlefield? That felt easy. But not too bad, right? There was never really like any too close of calls. There is bosses that lock in here. There are bosses that do debuffs, but overall, not too bad. So that was everything for the battlefield in terms of what is this, late August 2025 edition. Not too bad whatsoever. You know, typically these can be a little bit tricky at times, but if you have the proper teams, and you guys saw with my setup here that this wasn't too bad, again, just being able to build the proper setups and all of those things is what's going to get this done. So at the end of it, all of these were done in the first try. Thankfully, no shenanigans with locking or bad supers. Really, I think Devilman is like one of the trickier ones if you don't have like a proper setup. The Ginyu Force team is definitely the one that you are going to want to go with if you're going to run a free-to-play option. But if we look at that very quickly, that is Battlefield all done and done. We got extra medals and stuff like that. So if you want to go back in for this extra stuff, you can go ahead. I usually don't, but if we go over here to the rewards and we hit accept, this is what we are getting, an extra 21 stones on top of everything that we already did. And that's everything. So before we get up on out of here, I want to give a huge shout out to Malcolm, Driftix, God Boruto Savage, Junior, Sean C, Blue Sun, Preston Kitty, Tekka, Chunkster, Soldier 91, Yay, Wesley, Cosmo, Darth Anguish, Van, Brian V, and Raudokun. Thank you for all of my channel members. If you want to become a channel member, click the link down in the description. Help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. It is by no means required. But thank you guys all for watching this one. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Let me know if you need any help with this battlefield in the comment section below, and join the Discord if you want some help with sorting out your characters and stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.